Do a deer, a female deer, ray a drop of golden sun. Me a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run. So a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow song. Tea, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to dough. Hello everyone. Today I'm in a very good mood. So today I thought let's begin some grammar. How about sentences and clauses? Now, you heard me singing a song. Let's concentrate what I was singing on. This is the song. It's from a famous film, The Sound of Music. Now you look at the line. Do a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Something is strange. We do understand the meaning that it is conveying. Those are the meanings of the words given. But these are not exactly sentences. Why? Because sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. In each sentence here, there is a subject, but the predicate is not complete. Why not? There are verbs that are missing. Like in the first line, do is a deer, a female deer. Ray is a drop of sun. Me is a name I call myself. Far is a long way to run. Similarly, all the sentences are now complete. Why? Because sentence. What is a sentence? Sentence is a grammatically correct arrangement of words that make sense. And to make sense, each sentence must have two parts. One is the subject, and the rest is predicate. So what is the predicate? Predicate is that part of a sentence which begins with the verb, may end with a verb, may end with other words. Similarly here, raise the subject. Beginning from the verb, the rest of the sentence is the predicate. Okay, so all the sentences have, like this one, far is a long, long way to run. So far is the subject and the rest is the predicate. These sentences, the lines of this song, are now totally sentences, grammatically correct sentences. So what did we learn? What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that sit together, grammatically correct, and they start making sense. Okay, that is a sentence. Let us have some examples. Arun is a good player. So here, Arun is the subject, the rest is the predicate. Understood? Now, it can be, 2 or 3 subjects together. She and I will go. Here, both she and I make the subject and the rest is the predicate. Now, this is sentence. So then, what is this other thing that we call the clauses? What is a clause is our first concern. A clause is a part of a sentence which has its own subject and predicate. এমন একটা অংশ হবে একটা সেন্টেন্সের যার নিজস্ব একটা আলাদা সাবজেক্ট আর প্রেডিকেট থাকবে। Now how is that formed? For that, let us go to another page that will clarify it. Let us write down. Look at this sentence. I have a pen which is blue. In this case, we have two subjects and predicates. Which ones? Your first subject, I have a pen, predicate. Again, which subject is blue, predicate. Now, when we have two subjects and predicates, we find that one is the main subject and predicate, main information, and the other is extra information. How are we going to understand which is main? Look at the first part. I have a pen. If you put a full stop there, I have a pen, it makes a complete sentence. So that is the main clause. This other part is dependent on this first part. Why? Which is blue. If we take this part, which is blue, does it make a full sentence? No, it is not making full sentence. That is why this is called a dependent clause. Let us come to a clarification now. So when you have only one clause, the air was chill, that is the main clause. There is nothing dependent here. The air was chill. Okay, here the subject is the air, was chill is the predicate. Again, an eagle, subject, flew down, predicate. Only one clause, that is the main clause. Okay, main clause. There are three kinds of clauses: main clause, dependent clauses, and then coordinate clauses. Dependent clauses are also called subordinate clauses, which is why the name coordinate comes. And main clause is also called principal clause. Anyways, names do not matter. You need to understand what they are. Main clause means one clause, and which is main. You cannot divide it into any more clauses. Now in dependent clauses, you will find the real role of main clauses. He has a bird which can talk. Here, he has a bird is the main clause. Why? If you put a full stop, this will make sense. So this is the main clause. But which can talk actually cannot make a full sentence. So this is the dependent clause here. Okay, obviously you will not put a full stop. This is just for understanding the clauses here. Where there is a smoke, there is a fire. In the next sentence, we find that where there is a smoke, if we put a full stop, where there is a smoke is not a complete sentence. So it is the dependent clause. There is a fire. This one can make a sentence. So it is the main clause. Where do we find dependent clauses? In what kinds of sentences? Complex. We'll learn it later, but just for the reference here. We had a day which was remarkable. Okay, we had a day which was remarkable. So here we had a day. This part can make a full sentence. So this is our main clause. Which was remarkable is here dependent clause. Now, when you have one clause like here, you don't need to know about what clause it is. Obviously, it is a main clause. This is the main information and can make a sentence. But dependent clauses happen in complex sentences where there are some stress words. We shall learn them later on. Now, let's go to the third kind of our clauses. They are called the coordinate clauses. Look, they won the trophy and they rejoiced. They won the trophy. This is also looking like a main clause because if we put a full stop, it makes a sentence. They rejoiced. If we put a full stop, This makes a sentence. So then what is it? Both the parts of this sentence look like main clauses. They are of equal value and they can make sentences. This is called coordinate clauses. See, coordinate clauses. They won the trophy, coordinate clause. They rejoiced, coordinate clause. And this is joined by a conjunction and. Similarly, this next sentence is joined by or. You can have tea or you can have coffee. If you say you can have tea, it is making a sentence. You can have coffee is also making sentence. So they are similar in value. They can both make sentences, and that is exactly why they are all coordinate clauses. Coordinate clauses. Where do we find coordinate clauses? We find them in compound sentence. So that leaves us with the first one, main clause. Where do we find main clauses? Only making a sentence. It is found in simple sentences. Okay, so you will learn today what is a clause and before that what is a sentence. Next we are going to learn about simple, complex and compound sentences. Ta-ta.